stories are the exact same story.
It's tough though, and I almost wanted to change my mind because even I only have like 1.5 days off. All right.
Okay.
It's technically 2, but it's really not. All right, I work nights, so I don't work Friday and Saturday night, which sounds like 2 days, but the way it works with my sleep schedule, it's just hard to explain. So I don't really.
What do you mean it's hard to explain? Just explain it. Just explain the sleep schedule, or just tell me. We all know how it's gonna end. She's not gonna show up. We all know how this is gonna end.
It's tough for me, even on the nights off, to wake up at, go to bed at like 12 and wake up at like 9 or 10 o'clock. It just doesn't.
He's the worst storyteller.
Story. It's worse than a woman. It's worse than a human.
It happened. I end up going to bed like 4, 5, or 6, because that's what my body's used to. So I wake up. I set my alarm. I wake up like 12 o'clock, 12:15, and I'm like, shit, there's no way I'm meeting her at 1 o'clock. So I text her and say,
Wait,
hey.
so is this your fault?
Yeah, it's on him. But he's gonna blame her?
Yeah, and by the way, it's like, you're already a fat, ugly piece of shit. She's doing basically charity for you right now.
Yes.
And you're still gonna be like, oh my god, I actually can I meet you in and out? Like, no.
Do it 2 o'clock. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I told you I the night job. It's tough for me to get sleep. So on and so forth. She's like, let's just do it another day then. I'm like, are you kidding me?
No.
It's her fault. It's not her fault at all. You were tired. You're like, no, I have to push it back an hour. She's like, well, that doesn't work for me. We're gonna have to do another day. And then somehow it's woe is men.
You know what I mean?
How could I have foreseen this? Forgive me for being born with a
I'm like, can you do? I didn't say the kidding me part because then she probably definitely would have flipped her shit.
What a desperate simp.
Half an hour later, 1:30. 1:30. I can get in the shower, hop in there.
Rich, you got an hour to make it there, the Panera.
But he just didn't have a car at the time. His bicycle wouldn't get him there.
And hop my tight ass out and get there at 1:30. No, let's just do it another day. I'm a very busy person, and that's why I said 1 o'clock. My weekends are always packed. I'm thinking to myself, what were we going to meet for, 10 minutes? You can't do a half an hour difference? Was this a job interview? Like, did I have to bring my resume to it? Like, what is different?
What she's doing is she's teaching you a lesson.
She's weeding out the trash. This is what they call a teachable moment.
With a half an hour, I could see even an hour isn't that big of a deal. I could see if I said like 2 hours or like a different time of the day, completely like nighttime. I'm saying a half an hour because I work nights and I have a different sleep schedule. I'm asking you to cut me some slack.
Please, my lady. Please, my lady, won't you cut me some slack? Just a crumb of
You know what happened?
Please.
He hit, what's it called, the snooze button.
Yeah.
And then texted her expecting she would let him. And she's like, no. And he's in bed like shit.
But no, that was it. She said, no, we can't do it today. My schedule is always too packed during the weekend. And, that's why when I say a time, you have to be there at that time. And I'm like, I was sitting there when she texted me that.
Are you a drill sergeant?
When I had set a time, you have to be there. I'm like,
Suffrage.
are you a drill sergeant? Am I in the military?
Am I in the military?
Buddy, just shut the f*** up. Just shut up. Move on, then.
She's like, if you set a time, we have to call you that. He goes, what are you, a drill sergeant?
She was so pissed that I couldn't meet her.
Rich, do you want your sucked or not?
He's not entitled to this date.
You know what I mean?
Realize that? It's not his God-given birthright to have her meet him for coffee whenever he so chooses.
Exactly at the time that she wanted. Okay? That she bailed completely. I understand people are busy. I barely have time to take a dump during the weeks, okay?
Wait.
Oh, Rich, stop.
Look at
Fibber.
Really?
Never.
That's why he was fired.
I know it's supposed to. I have his top 5 restroom story disasters.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I have the stories of all the times he's been in the restroom and been felted.
Do we just have unlimited rich content forever?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we absolutely do. We absolutely do.
The funniest thing too is that she texted him I texted her like an hour later, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just sitting home and waiting to go out later.
Every single time he gets felted by women. It's so funny. Why does he tell these stories?
Sure, she could have went. She just didn't want to. She was pissed off because I couldn't meet her at the time she wanted to meet. Now, exactly, it's funny because here's the double standard part, okay?
Oh my god.
There was another, I'm not attached to anyone. There was another girl I was supposed to hang out with tonight. Again, it was set up like 5 days in advance, okay? I was supposed to meet her, either get coffee or meet her at her apartment. Okay, so I text her, I call her, I text her, I didn't call her, I text her.
Is this guy his only, like, first date is coffee? I get it.
That's all he's got.
You want to meet? Yeah, no, I get it.
All right,
He's
am I still
cheap.
coming over? Yeah.
He's poor.
Half an hour later, half an hour before I was supposed to be there, she's like, I'm in my pajamas right now, I don't look really too good, I think I'm going to have to cancel because I'm just not...
Oh,
any of the stories end successful? It's just all felted.
No, it's just all felted. They're all ghosting him. Every single one. He never learns his lesson.